And it looks to me as though it might end just there. I'm not sure though. I'd have to, I think, take my backpack off and reassess the situation. So I've taken my backpack off just to give myself a bit more room. And the hole here is not much wider than my body. I really shouldn't be in here. This is kind of mad what I'm doing. Alright, we're off the trail a bit further down the Ohinimuri River. We found what looks like basically a goat track leading up the hill. Now we know that there's a mine up here somewhere. Well, it's not really in this particular direction. But it's still morning, got a bit of energy, so may as well try and find where one of these random tracks up on, I think it's called Tokini Hill. See where it leads. It leads to anything that we'd like to investigate. Feel it just starting to rain slightly. Quite a vertical track here. So Aaron's wandered off up a track behind me, and as much as I don't really want to go up the hill, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So we'll wander off up here. See if we can find Aaron up this very steep hill here. I'll just show you the start of it. It's pretty rough ground that we've got to cover here. And away we go. Hopefully this mine isn't too hard to get down into. Pretty sure we're okay. Okay, it goes down 1.5 meters-ish, but on quite a shallow angle, so we should be right. Aaron's about to follow me down. He's just putting on his helmet and getting his camera ready. Doesn't look very long from here, but I'm pretty sure that it does carry on quite deep inside. As you can see on the ground, perhaps there's evidence of rail ties. The rail has all been taken out. Probably into andesite rock in here. Yes, I know where we are. Just come to a little smallish ballroom area. As you can see there, we've got 2 entrances to the mine. So let's go down to the right hand side this time, eh? See how that works out for us. Trying to find some evidence of quartz in the wall. Surely there's got to be something. We're far up the side of the hill here. Pretty circuitous route that we've had to take up because the track is actually closed. Yeah, not the track that we're on is closed, but one that is adjacent to this track is closed that we don't want to go on. So I can see down here that there is, like, maybe you can see a line, a fault line going up there, and that's obviously what they've been following. but I don't actually see any quartz in there. So being that this is quite a short run just into there, I would say that they stopped there and decided that the other direction was going to work out better for them. We'll go back down to this juncture down here and head off, and hopefully the other direction is a bit longer. See Aaron coming down here. It was just a short little passage that I went down there if you want to go and have a look.
Okay, I'll go have a nosy.
And then we get into this other section that I'm hoping is longer. Oh, I remember that rock down there. See that rock right down the end there? Looks kind of like a gravestone, just in the middle of the mine. It's not a gravestone. It's merely a cool rock that's fallen from the ceiling. Aha! I think I see some quartz vein. A quartz vein in the roof here. Can you see that up there? SB08. I don't know who SB is. Ah, look at that. Yeah. The quartz vein is going right over my head here. It's not the best looking quartz vein I've ever seen, but it's the nicest one I've seen today. 16 metres. 16 metres from where? It's longer than that from the entrance. 16 metres from that junction, perhaps? And what have we got here? A bunch of what looks to me like ventilation pipe. I don't think that pipe would have been capable of having compressor pressure in it. I'm not sure. Someone else could tell me whether that kind of pipe is capable of containing pressure from a compressor. It goes just into this section here through a deepish puddle of water right at my feet, full of old pipe. It's just a little tunnel down to here. Do I see any quartz in the wall? Not really. I see a tag at the end here. Perhaps it's probably just a test pit tag, but I don't know what they're testing. I see no fault line, no obvious quartz. There's a few spots of mineralization, crystallization. Not entirely sure what the whitish spots are, but there are some kind of mineral leaching out through there. Oh, right down into the puddle. And that pipework. TO108. TOK, and I don't know how to say what that spray paint meant. Got a piece of iron down on the floor here. Perhaps that was just so as ore would fall onto that and then they could scrape it off relatively easily. I would say that's what this piece of iron right here is. That's what they use that for, putting it on the ground and then they'd drop rock on it. We've got another entrance here that we might as well go and have a look at. Another juncture. Got an iron spike of some sort right in the ceiling. Some rail tie going through here. Bits of iron up against the side. Not entirely sure what iron that size was. No, yeah, I still think it was for putting ore down on and making it easier to scrape off. So we come to the end of this little tunnel as well, and I do see a big lump of quartz there. So obviously what's happened is there's been a vein of quartz, and they've in fact I might pick up that piece and take that home. That's quite a nice piece right there. Have a proper look at that at home. There's quite a bit of quartz down amongst this bit of rock here. So at the very least that they would have tested that to see whether there was any gold content. Assuming it was gold that they were looking for up here. It wasn't necessarily the case. They might have been looking for silver as well. And some of these mines are a bit interchangeable as far as what metals they were mostly getting out of here. What does that say? Been here. Right, so probably talking about a geologist saying that they've been here. Pretty sure it says here, down behind here. Been here. Okay, hard to see with, I don't have enough hands to hold cameras and torches. Aaron's headed off down here.
Oh, there we go. There's the MERV markings.
MERV markings down here, eh? Does you stopping there mean that you've got to the end of the tunnel though?
Well, I don't know if it really ends here because it's
Collapse?
yeah, it collapsed and there's a hole that you can sort of get over.
Ah.
So I might have a look down there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But before I do, I want to have a nosy down there.
Further down, go down that little one that I went down maybe.
Just because I'm going to have to put my camera and stuff away.
Yeah. And I'll sneak past you here and have a look. Oh, I see a hole up there too.
Yeah, maybe stick your GoPro through and see what you can see.
I guarantee you I've never been through there.
Yeah.
Okay. Echo changes a bit up here. And it looks like, hard to say what we've got here. What we don't have is a lot of room. And it looks to me as though it might end just there. I'm not sure though. I'd have to, I think, take my backpack off and reassess the situation. So I'll just back myself out of here a bit. I've taken my backpack off just to give myself a bit more room, and the hole here is not much wider than my body. And what's through there? Down on my belly, crawling, slithering my way through. Looks interesting. But I think it just goes to there. I can see a leaf down the bottom there. Look at all this nasty rock above my head. It doesn't look good. I think there might be a shaft. Hey? I would say not really. Yeah, sorry, not talking because I really shouldn't be in here. This is kind of mad what I'm doing. Yeah, sliding my way through. If you can see on the ground, there's some kind of green leaf. Now, the only way that can have got in is, that I can see, is from above. See right there? So I can see up there, doesn't really go anywhere, and that, I thought that was a piece of wood, but it's actually a piece of pipe. Now, I'm suspecting there is a shaft up here of some sort. The air is pretty dense here. And what have we got up here? Okay. Well, I think that's just some sort of pocket that they must have dug out. This little area, perhaps it was a richer spot. I don't think the oxygen is great down here in this nasty area that I've got myself into. See that hole there? That's where I've got to crawl through, where I just came. I've got to crawl back through there. It's not very nice at all. Got what looks like sulfides coming out of the rock here. Now, I'd really like to get out of here as pronto as I can. Oh, there's Aaron. No, not really. Well, I've already gone and had a look, so that's for you to really decide.
Have a nosy after you.
But what have we got down there?
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just a little pocket that they've been digging out.
I think it goes up. I think I can see up. But it might just be a stope.
I reckon this has been a little, like a geode of quartz in here, and they've dug it all out. And it's kind of, in fact, I can see quartz right at the back there. I don't know.
Squeeze your way through.
I don't know how accessible it is.
Ah, that looks fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be riveting viewing. Lots of blackness and nothing. Ow. Knocked my own tooth. What have we got there? It does look like a stoked out a kind of area, some metal working of some kind down there. What is it? Oh, I can't tell. Up above my head here. Yeah. Now can you see the fault running through there in the centre of the camera? I would say that's what they've been digging at. Seems to be some quartz associated with that fault. I don't think I really need to go any further into there. And they possibly dug into there as well. That little section. I see some quartz. It's just a very thin edge of quartz there on that rock. See how they've dug right. Don't even know how they got in there to dig that out, but they have somehow. And up behind me here, yeah, that's the other side of where I was before, and I saw there was a higher part. I could have climbed right through to here if I'd wanted to, but that's what that does, which is quite interesting to see. But I think that's probably all there is to see in that little pocket. I'll get myself back out here and let Aaron come and have a look. Oh, that was fascinating to see something I haven't seen before.
Swing it as.
Dirty as now.
Yeah, it's sliding all over this muddy ground.
Yeah. Glad my torch is still working. Alright.
Oh, I'll go over nosy.
Let's see how Aaron goes. Knowing Aaron, he'll find some little tiny hole and go, Steve, it goes way further. And you'll just squeeze your body through this eye of a needle.
I'm trying to decide if I need to bring my backpack with me. Probably not, eh?
What's that bit of metal?
It's just yeah.
I think that's probably just a patch that went round.
Okay.
Oh, watch Aaron get himself through that hole, if that's what he's going to do.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, easy as, yeah.
Oh, God, not really. Fuck.
Sounds like he's comfortably getting through there. Minimal swear words. We'll just beep out his swear words. I'm used to doing that when I go out with Aaron, having to censor his swearing like an old sailor going through a mine. Yeah, it is quite a tight little entrance into there, but all well worth the effort. I think he's fallen asleep. He's found a comfy spot there on the rubble. Worming his way through. We've done all this before, haven't we, Aaron? Worming our way through holes and mines. Looks like there's a bit of a fault in the wall that I'm looking at now as well. So they definitely dug around quite a bit in here. Aaron's slowly disappearing through the hole. I wonder which way he'll come out. If you go right in there, you can see another level up the top.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm just encouraging him to go further into that hole because of the awkwardness of it. All I can see now is some boots. But once he gets down into there a bit further, he should be able to stand up a bit. How are you going? Oh, he's disappeared. No longer see Aaron, he's completely immersed into that tiny hole. I might just turn the camera off here until he makes a reappearance.
Go this
Looks like Aaron's come around the other way, came around through the top.
You can actually go up and over.
Yeah, I thought you might be able to.
There was like a bit of metal thing up there.
Oh yeah.
It was the end of the pipe.
Oh okay.
Like round on one side and square on the other.
That sounds odd.
Kind of almost like a funnel shape as well.
Oh, maybe they were throwing rocks down it, or?
No, it wasn't that big. Like, you know the tubes we could see further
Oh yeah,
down?
yeah. It was like that.
That diameter on the circle side. And the square side was probably about the size of like an ice cream tub, maybe?
Huh. Oh, maybe it was just a baffle at the end, or
Yeah,
or something.
It was the end of the ventilation. Trying to figure out what this thing up here is.
What, the metal thing?
Yeah, I think it's just a rung off the ladder, isn't it?
Wasn't sure. I didn't completely get in there. I could see it, but I didn't get right over to it to fiddle around with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
A rung for a ladder.
Off of the ladder.
There was probably a little ladder they used on that raise that you climbed through.
Yeah, I suppose. There's actually like a bunch of metal scrap down there as well.
Yeah.
Have a look at that. I don't know what it all is. Laid in the way I came through that little hole.
Aaron's making his way out. As you can see, all the rock fall everywhere. It's our favourite thing down below, is climbing over all this collapse. There he comes, safe and sound.
Hello.
Hello. Well, hello Merv. Merv plus mum. Okay, maybe that means Merv and his wife. I know they came down all these mines many times long ago, and not so long ago. Merv has retired from the mine exploration caper, but he has been everywhere pretty much. Had something fall on the ground there, I wasn't quite sure what it was. Hopefully it was nothing important. Keep on bending over, and yet this mine is more than enough room for me to stand up completely straight. It's a solid 2 meters tall, I would say. There'll probably be a rock that goes down a bit shorter than that, but mostly I would say it's about 2 meters tall-ish. Still not a lot of quartz, really, for how far they dug in. So, how much money they made out of this particular area, I don't know, but it just seems like it can't have been a huge amount, despite the amount of work that they've put into it. Pretty sure I'm on the correct track for on the way up here. Soon find out, I guess. There's daylight around the corner. Ah, yep, I see. Any more quartz in the wall? I think that could be a vein of quartz there, but I mean, it's nothing like the Maria vein that's further along on the mountain. Oh, but that's quite thick there, isn't it? That's quite a thick band there. And really, they should have just stopped here and stoped up into here. Why didn't they do that? Instead of just leaving it here. Be cool to see gold just shining out of some of this quartz. I usually walk past it too fast to even see. There's actually an area in the Golden Age mine. I'd read that there was what they called a jewellery box, which was a pocket that was much richer than the rest. And I think I found that jewellery box pocket, and I'd really like to go and have a proper look through it. Now look at the size of this weta here. He's pretty impressive. Can you see him on the wall there? Beautiful example of a weta. Now I might even get my UV torch out here and shine it on them, because sometimes wetas look really cool in UV light. There's our weta under UV light. It's not really shining up like I was hoping, but it's quite a big example of one. I might be able to get some better photos of it later on at home. And so here we go, just back out to the entrance here. Now I think there may be some more mines further on. We're going to go and have a look, but if we don't find anything, thank you very much for watching once again. Looks like it's raining outside. I knew the day was going to turn nasty eventually, but maybe now is the time. It's been a good day though. Alright, so we're walking along the suspension bridge here back to the main Karangahake Gorge car park sort of area, and all the ruins that hopefully you can see, some concrete walls, stone walls, all part of the Crown Battery. So if you'd come here maybe 120 years ago-ish, this would have been a centre of activity, thousands of people wandering around, all working. It wouldn't have been anywhere near as scenic like it is now, just all industrial. The river would have been a toxic mess. It would have been loud, constantly crushing rocks would have been extremely loud, various compressors, all sorts of things. Not the nice peaceful area we have now. But it's nice to see all these ruins still here, preserved. Doc has done a good job of maintaining tracks. So it's a really awesome area to walk around in. After a year coming out here, I still haven't exhausted all the mines that are apparently around here somewhere. I just have to walk over this suspension bridge here, and it'll be back to the car and on my way home again. Lots of tourists wandering around. I've tried looking for fish in this river before, see if there's any trout in there, but I think there's still a fair bit of toxicity in the sediment at the bottom, and it doesn't allow the trout eggs to develop properly or something. That's my theory anyway, as to why I haven't seen trout in here. I've only seen some really tiny fish that weren't trout. Probably native kotapu, something like that. These days it looks really pretty. It's really all just mess left behind from the mining. Used to be an old bridge over this side. Obviously past its use by date. Probably it was an old vehicle bridge as well, whereas this one's just a walking bridge. It's beautiful though. And the sky has cleared up after raining earlier. Yeah, so there you go.